full video unboxing of the Canon EOS 80D DSLR camera, also kitted with the 18 to 135mm kit lens. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. Now, the reason I ended up getting this camera, this is going to be my new video camera slash photography camera for now on, the next few years or so. I'm going to make it last as long as possible for that matter, because this I spent a good chunk of change on. This is roughly about $1,500 retail at the moment, 2016, late 2016. And this, I've heard anyway, I've looked at countless reviews of DSLRs for video, and countless reviews of them saying that the 80D and the 70D were the two best DSLR cameras on the market for video, or YouTubers in general. And I know a lot of YouTubers have the 70D, and that was a great camera, but that was last year's model. This is the newer model, with a few slight improvements over the 70D, as well as some better improvements for video, including a way better autofocusing system, as well as 60 frames per second 1080p video, whereas the 70D only had 720p 60 frames per second video, but it did have 1080p only at 30. Now, I am super excited to get into this, and I also am letting you know that I'm recording this video with my old camera, my A5100 by Sony, the Alpha. I love this camera to death, don't get me wrong, but I had some issues with it overheating, and that's the reason I haven't been using it for my videos lately. I was using a Canon, like an old cheap recorder I bought on Amazon for like $100, but I ended up selling that to get this guy, and I will be eventually selling this because I will no longer need it, being this will be my to-go camera for everything. So without further ado, let's get around the camera here. So there's the top here. We're displaying the top of the camera with the kit lens installed. On the front here, we got, looks like a front shot of it. We got a few spec sheets here. It's a 24.2 megapixel CMOS sensor, ISO from up to 1600 and then up to 1200, 800. This is the important thing. It's 45 autofocusing points versus the 70D only had 19, and then it's 7 frames per second shooting, or burst shooting, with a viewfinder. It's 100% viewfinder, which is pretty cool. It doesn't crop off anything. Dual pixel CMOS autofocus lenses, and then Wi-Fi and NFC installed, whereas the 70D only had Wi-Fi. So the NFC is a cool and welcome change. It's got the flip out screen, as you can see there. It is touchscreen. And what's in the box here, we got the digital camera, the EOS 80D, zoom lens, which is the EF S18 to 135mm, a wide neck strap, battery charger, and the battery pack. Nothing else in the box, but that's pretty much all you need to get going and to start taking pictures, other than an SD card, which I already do have. Other than that, though, nothing else is going to be in the box. So let's open it up here. Just remove this tab, and we're going to flip it open. If you hear the audio, I'll go to the right side of the screen. It's because I'm kind of on the off side here to get the best lighting. So right at the top here, we got some instructions. No one really has to look at that. A big, thick booklet, which looks like actually two separate booklets. And it looks like Try My Photo. It's essentially like a photo editing program. Out of curiosity, I'm going to open this up real quick. That actually opened up super easily. Very nice. Peel that back. And that's just the register thing. And yeah, there are two separate booklets here. I think, yeah, one's going to be in Spanish, and then one is in English, which is the one I'm going to be using. But that is a lot of instructions. I'm probably just going to, I'm more of a visual learner, so I'm probably going to look up a lot of tutorials online of how to use the camera. I'm not much of a reader, so probably never look at that. And then we got a photography book, probably just with sample images, and oh, there's a few of them here. Yeah, just a few sample images and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy here. Pretty cool though that that's all added in there for free. And this kind of fell off. I don't know what that is, but anyway, let's get to the main action here. So lifting that flap here, we got looks at the lens, the camera itself, and a battery pack. So here's the battery charger. Not a huge fan of the battery chargers where you have to remove the battery to charge the camera, but I guess I'll get used to it. I'll just have to not use the camera when it's charging. I guess not the end of the world, or I have to buy separate packs. I'll have to get a different battery so you can swap it out on the fly. Not the end of the world. We got the battery here in the little package. Put that to the side. We got the neck strap, which is awesome. It has 80D on it, EOS, and it also has the Canon logo. I'm super excited, by the way. That's probably why I'm stumbling, but I'm very excited to try this out. But it looks very nice, very professional. I love Canon's look, just in general. Where, I don't know if it's me, and I really don't want to offend anybody if you're a Nikon person, but I feel like Nikon cameras and their accessories just feel a lot and look a lot cheaper at least cheaper made, where Canon just feels more premium, more professional. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's how I've always looked at it, Canon versus Nikon. Not saying that Nikon's bad, I'm not saying that, it's just the way it looks to me. And let's get the lens out here. Just take a quick look at this. And really nicely packaged, by the way. Thank you, Canon, for all the bubble wrap. So we know that these are going to be in good condition. This is brand new, by the way. I didn't buy this used. There we go. Move that out of the wrapping. And here's the sensor, or the lens, I should say. Now, this is the 18mm to 135 EOS EFS Canon image stabilizer, nano USM. Not sure what most of that means, but. And this has the new mounting. I forget what this is called, but essentially it's a mounting feature for the autofocus to make it even better. It's a separate little thing, so it's pretty cool. And we got a few switches here. We got autofocus and manual focus, stabilizer on and off. And let's see, it looks like it's like in a lock mode or something. So we got lock here. There we go. That's kind of cool that you can lock it for travel. And then we got the lens cap here. Look at the beautiful lens. So we got USM 67mm, very beautiful. It extends, as you can see. Very cool. I'll put that back on there so I don't scratch it. I'm very delicate when it comes to cameras. And on the back here we got the lens cap. This is what screws onto the body itself. So, without further ado, let's get to the main attraction, the 80D itself. Nothing else is in the box, so we're going to actually just toss that to the side, get it out of the way here. Alright. Cool. Coolio. Slide it out of this cobweb looking thing. And there she is. In its beautiful, gigantic glory. Now, I'm coming from a mirrorless DSLR camera, which is extremely small. Kind of like a point and shoot. This isn't a legit DSLR, so it's gonna be a lot heavier in the hand. It's gonna feel a lot more robust. It's a lot more I can't even think of words right now. This just looks beautiful. Feels very nice, very sturdy, industrial. That's the word I was trying to think of. In the hand though, that grip is awesome. That grip feels amazing. Now I have medium to large size hands, so it's gonna fit, I mean, for most people, but I think if you have smaller hands it might be a little bit difficult. If you have really long fingers, I can see this grip maybe not being deep enough, but for me this feels perfect, honestly. And we got the flip out LCD panel here, which also rotates 180, and then you can also rotate it and flip it back. So you have the live view kind of thing. That's kind of cool. And you also have the mirrored view as well, viewfinder. Looks like a microphone. And then we got the hot shoe on the top. But I'm going in random order, so let's start the front here. So from the front, it looks like we have the release button for the lens, which also has a cap on it, which we can probably just twist off. Yep, there we go. And there's the sensor, the CMOS sensor, 24 megapixels. We'll put that back on for right now until I add the lens on there. And then we got the flash, or this is actually essentially the indicator for autofocusing, like the laser autofocus. Shutter button up here, Canon logo, EOS 80D logo, flash. Again, release. Going to the left side here, we got a lot of flaps here. So this is going to be the mic and headphone jack. This is another feature that was added to the 80D versus the 70D, where the 70D did not have the headphone monitoring, so you cannot listen to your audio while recording. I'm going to love this feature, especially if we're doing unboxings, so I can listen to my direct monitoring as I'm going, so I know how the audio is going to sound without having to worry about it in post-production. Going down here, another flap, which I honestly don't know what that would be for. It must be some type of hookup, essentially another accessory I would need for the Canon. I'll have to look that up. I'll probably put it in text, because I do not know what that is for, and I apologize. And then opening this flap is from the right side, and this is where we get our charging ports and our HDMI, which again, I'm not really a huge fan of mini HDMI, but I guess it's there if you want to plug it into a big screen. And then you got micro USB. So very nice for, I'm guessing that's for syncing to a computer if you don't want to remove the SD card itself. Going to the back, we got the display again, touchscreen. We got the live view. Up here we got menu, info, scroll wheel on the top. We'll go to the top later. Going to the right here, we got the start stop, which looks like the movie record button. And we got, this is a switch going from live view to, let's see, that's live view to using the viewfinder. Very cool switch. Q must be like some type of menu button, play button to review your pictures. We got a scroll wheeler, which actually, yep, there we go, it does rotate. It just kind of got stuck for a minute there. Set button, then we got up, down, left, right, like normal, delete button, trash, and then lock, which I believe if I hit up on this, that will allow the battery compartment to open. Yep, there we go, we put the battery right in there. I'll do that in a minute. And then up here, AF on, autofocus on, or aperture, one of the two. Zoom in, zoom out is essentially when you're looking at your photos on the live view. And then on the very top here, looks like we got an old LCD display here, which will display some information about your aperture, shutter speed, all that fun stuff. Drive, ISO, got a scroll wheel up here. Essentially these are all just manual tweaking buttons, but I love that it's all manual buttons, not just on the display. And then over here is the fun stuff. We got the actual, basically your scenes. So you got program, TV, AV, manual. I'm not sure B is. This is a lot I have to learn, honestly. Scan. Yeah, a lot of these I don't know. And then auto mode. Off and on. That must be to turn the camera on itself. That's the on and off switch. And then another little scroll wheel right here. Again, I'm not sure what that is for. I apologize for not knowing a ton about DSLRs, but this is my first ever DSLR. And then to open up the flash, I think it has to be on. But if you press the flash button, this part will spring up and you get a flash built in, which is nice. So let's put the lens on here just to see what that looks like. So we're going to move the cap here, put the camera down, remove this cap, and then we'll screw them on together. It's going to be a little bit hard to get this on camera. Alright, so just kind of twist it until it lines up and falls into place. There we go, and then you twist it until it locks. And there we go. A lot heavier now with the lens on there. Definitely about 5 to 6 pounds, I'd say, is what this is at now. So very, very hefty. But overall, it looks very beautiful. So that's the 80D. So yeah, that's my full unboxing and overview of the 80D by Canon. I will have a full review of this camera soon to come, so stay tuned for that. Leave a like to share, support as always. I will have a link. I'm going to put it right here now. Click on the video if you want to go check out my full video test, 1080p 60 frames per second. I'm going to upload it to my channel, so if you're watching this video right now, brand new uploaded, it's obviously not going to be uploaded yet, but once it is, click here in the video. I'll have a link, and you'll be taken right to it to see the video quality that this guy produces. I also, one little thing before I send you guys off, I got a Audio-Technica headset sent to me, which is right here, the isolation headset by Audio-Technica. They sent this to me personally. They even got me a little bit of a cool little note here they wrote, which is very, very sweet. And I'm going to do a full video review and an unboxing of this, but the unboxing is going to come first. The unboxing of this headset is going to be recorded with the Canon 80D. So if you want to go check out, I guess, a full production, edited, whatnot video, what you can get out of the 80D, check out my unboxing of the ATH AG1X isolation headset, soon to come on the channel. So subscribe so you don't miss it. And I will see you guys in the next one, and as always, peace out.